Greetings, everyone. A French and German priest walk into a bar and promote homosexuality and pornography. If only that was a joke. I wish it was a joke. Sadly, it's happening today. Two priests, or two boobs, as I would call them, one from France, one from Germany, have been doing stupid things. The first one from France has made silly TikTok videos, has promoted homosexuality, and has generally been an all-round twerp. You might have seen one of his TikTok videos. It's been doing the rounds on social media, where he's basically being like a kind of a DJ priest. He's DJing a Eucharist, it seems. Let's go through an article on this. A French influencer priest who was asked by the Vatican to help out with a survey for the Synod on Synodality has sparked controversy for his videos with sacrilegious parodies of the Mass, including a scene with a sexy nun, and his support for the gay agenda. So keep that in mind as we go through this. He was asked to help with a survey for the Synod on Synodality. And here are the kind of things that he's doing. Father Matthieu Jasseron of the Archdiocese of Sens and Auxerre has been at the center of controversy in recent days for a 2021 video posted on TikTok, where you see him making gestures over the chalice like a disc jockey and messing around with objects on the altar. So he has actually deleted these videos more recently after they became very prominent and lots of people were seeing them and were quite rightly outraged by them. This is the first one, the disc jockey video. Yeah, so he's basically just being an idiot, pretending like he's mixing things as a DJ might, but he's doing it with the Eucharist. And then there's another video that I think is, well, it's equally stupid. This one, I don't know if this has been as viral as the other one. It probably has, to be honest. It's Jasseron. I'm not going to read all this. Just watch it. It's absurd. I mean, it shows in it a nun, someone who's dressed as a nun, pretending to be drunk in a miniskirt. But here's this video right here.
Been done.
I'll put the link to this article in the description. You can just read through the whole thing and watch these videos on there. He also did a third video where he raised a dog up in the pulpit, but that video doesn't seem to be available to watch here. If I try and click play. But here's the other thing in September, in an interview he did with a local program, and it's here. It's all in French though, so I'm not going to play it unless you speak French. You might be interested in it. But again, the link will be in the description. So do check out all these videos. So here he is in this September interview where they basically ask him if homosexuality is a sin, and his reply is, "I'm going to tell you frankly and honestly, friends, that obviously not. It's not strictly labeled in any place in the Bible, in the Catechism of the Church. In other words, in the whole of tradition." And back to the top here. The French influencer priest was asked by the Vatican to help out with a survey for the Synod on Synodality. The second boob is a priest from Germany. He's promoting pornography. It's fine. The German priest contradicts the Pope and backs pornography as sexual relief for celibates. The church teaches in the Catechism that pornography offends against chastity and it's a grave sin. So let's go through this article. A priest of the Diocese of Münster, Germany, Father Hermann Backhaus, right here, said that consuming pornography can have a relieving effect on celibate people. He also considers it a very strong statement to associate the devil with pornography, as Pope Francis did at a meeting with seminarians in Rome last month. The church teaches in the catechism that pornography offends against chastity because it perverts the conjugal act, the intimate giving of spouses to each other. It does grave injury to the dignity of its participants, since each one becomes an object of base pleasure and illicit profit for others. It immerses all who are involved in the illusion of a fantasy world. It is a grave offense. But Father Backhaus, who works as a psychologist, explained in an interview with katholisch.de, it's the news outlet of the Catholic Church in Germany, that the somewhat dirty connotation attributed to the term pornography wasn't a good thing. He warned against that. In his opinion, this article says there are positive effects of explicit sexuality in relation to the couple, such as making their love life become more alive. In the case of celibate people, the German priest says that the consumption of explicit sexual representations can have a relieving effect. It can't be denied. But he points out, of course, that there are better ways for that relief than pornography. Referring to Pope Francis's recent statement warning clerics against the consumption of pornography, Father Backhaus said that the clergy, religious, and other people at the service of the church generally have experience with pornography that would be considered a shocking and outrageous thing to say, if not for the fact that it's probably true, sadly. However, he disagrees with the Pope regarding his assessment that the devil enters through there because of the consumption of pornography. The German priest took issue with the Pope when he associated pornography with the devil. He said it was a very strong statement to make. He also considers that expressing this demonic connection to pornography as a spiritual exaggeration. Throughout the interview, the priest also said that he works in his field as a psychologist. He works as a psychologist predominantly, and he's also a priest, not the other way around. That would suggest that maybe he just shouldn't be a priest at all, if that's how he sees things. Well, I'm a psychologist first and foremost, and yeah, I'm a priest too in my spare time. This is the reason, actually, why I don't agree with married priests in the Catholic Church, even though we now have some. And I'm not saying they're bad priests, but I just feel we can get to that stage in the Catholic Church as well, where priests are going to be saying, first and foremost, I am a father and a husband, and I'm also a priest as well. Like, no, you should be a priest first. That's the absolute most important thing that you are. But no, this guy here, he's a psychologist and also a priest. And he says, as a psychologist, I do not judge or condemn the consumption of pornography, since it is something you have to deal with. So he's already creating this split between him being a psychologist and him being a priest that doesn't really work. He's like, as a psychologist, I agree with this. He doesn't say as a priest he doesn't, but that's kind of what he's assuming by saying as a psychologist, I don't see any problem with it. It'd be like someone being a Christian and a Muslim saying, well, you know, as a Muslim, I don't see Christ as divine, even though as a Christian I do. Nonsense. So there we have it. A French priest and a German priest acting like a couple of boobs. And this isn't an isolated thing. These are not isolated cases. There are many people who have been noting down and recording various stupid things done by various priests, whether it be riding scooters through churches, dancing around in churches, saying all kinds of heretical things. This has been going on for a long time. These are just two more examples of it. So there we go. I'll put the links to both articles in the description, so feel free to just read through them. And you can see those TikTok videos again. As I said, he has deleted since, so I'm hoping that that came as kind of an order from authority above in the church that said you've got to take those down, but they are still available to see. And that's it, folks, for this video. Thank you very much for watching. See you again soon.